So my dad, is it weird to start a video talking about my dad? Anyway, my dad grew up as a Hoosier in Indiana, so naturally when he had 5 girls, he had to teach all of us to hoop. So in this video, I wanna talk about some lessons that sports taught me that helped me grow and scale my business. My dad is gonna be so proud, but we're gonna cover training and grind. We're gonna talk about clutch plays. We're even gonna throw some referees in there, and we might have a little LeBron talk. So stick around till the end. This one's gonna be fun. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna talk about is training and the grind. So conditioning. I remember in high school, we had practice after school, but we had to get up at 6 a.m. for conditioning. And really it was like running suicides, running around the track up top, doing defensive slides, all that good stuff. Reminds me of a clip in the movie Coach Carter where he comes in as the new coach, and for like a couple weeks, he doesn't even let him touch a ball. He says, I can't teach you basketball until you're conditioned properly in order to play the game of basketball. A lot of times you'll hear coaches say, well, if you miss that shot, then you're gonna run. When really running isn't really a punishment, it's just part of the process. The business translation here is that showing up and doing the daily tasks consistently that are probably not glamorous or sexy or gonna skyrocket your success overnight, but doing things like new ideas of how to generate leads, improving your product so that it will market itself, keeping your eye on the sales and the losses each month so you know where to tweak and where to focus. When it comes down to it, like one of my favorite sports quotes by Damian Lillard, my son's absolute favorite player, is you have to be willing to show up and do the hard work in front of nobody if you wanna look good in front of a lot of people. Okay, so my next one here is clutch plays, or like pressure free throws. So think about Michael Jordan when he's playing for North Carolina and they throw that ball over to him, and I think he's a freshman. He hits that game-winning shot. All of a sudden, everybody knows who Michael Jordan is. So was that the first shot? Was that a lucky shot? The actuality is it goes back to that preparation in the dark, in the early morning hours, daily, over and over again. Shot that shot probably thousands of times before it was in front of everybody. Translation here is something that's hard for you to do, or that you're scared that no one's gonna show up for. So maybe you're like, I don't wanna go live because no one's gonna be watching me. Go live, put your absolute best foot forward, sparkle in front of a camera with no viewers. Guess what? That's practice, that's preparation. You can save that content to then sell as an upsell later. No opportunity is wasted, it just depends on how you look at it. But if you don't get practice doing the hard, you're never gonna shine when that big opportunity comes, when all of a sudden you go live and you do have 15 people, 50 people, 100 people, 500 people watching you because you practiced so many times when no one was watching. Now you're gonna be able to come through with that clutch play and hit your free throws when it's on the line. And I remember growing up, we also ran cross country. I was a goalie for soccer, which is like 90% boredom and 10% terror. But I had a lot of practice in high pressure moments, and I didn't excel at every one. I didn't catch every ball that came towards me as the high school goalie. I didn't PR or even place in every cross country meet that I ran in, but I remembered repetitively putting my foot on the line and hearing that gun, having that adrenaline in my gut. Practicing that over and over again makes those experiences less scary. So now when I present in front of 100 people, I rarely even really get a big adrenaline rush anymore because I'm so used to it and practicing under pressure. So the next one is let the game come to you. And this is kind of like a fine balance because you can't just sit back and wait for something to drop into your lap. You have to have all that repetitive practice, preparation, so that you can perform in those moments of pressure. So what does let the game come to you mean? Doesn't mean don't prepare. You prepare daily. But what it means is don't force your idea of success. Don't just repetitively try to fit a round peg into a square hole. So what did he mean by this let the game come to you? He meant have vision, wait for the right opportunity, and when that opportunity comes, then execute. Rather than if you get a pass on the wing and you're double teamed, instead of trying to force your way to the basket, look for the open man, make a cut, they'll hit you for an easy layup, and then make the layup when you get the pass. Business translation, let the game come to you, could be stop trying to force your idea of what the business's success is. So stop trying to force a certain partnership. Stop trying to create a million new products. You might need to stop forcing hard timelines for something. Stop only using your ideas. Seek out other people who are super smart. Talk to your customers. Let your customers guide your decisions so that you can build the absolute best product that people are going to want to buy more and more, that will help scale you to the moon, rather than being so stubborn in your idea of what you want. Prepare to perform under pressure, then let the game come to you. And that's the business game as well. Okay, next one is referees. This is a big one, controversial. It's a foul, it's not a foul. Whatever. What can we learn from referees, or essentially things that are outside of our control? Number one is that things are not always fair. Please don't expect them to be. Sometimes a player gets called for a foul when they're across the court from where the ball is. none of it really makes sense a lot of times. So we can spend our time during the game being distracted and complain about the referees to our teammates, to the referee, to our coach, spending extra time on the bench, or we can put all of our energy into playing our very best game and not let anything get us out of the zone of execution, of having great passes, finishing our shot, lifting up our teammates, and then let the chips fall where they may on the things that are out of our control, like when the referee blows the whistle. And I think that that's not just business, that's life. Every day we're gonna wake up and they're gonna be less than ideal conditions. We gotta make it fun, we gotta lift other people up and find joy in the process and not let ourselves get distracted. Perfect example here that made me like literally lose my mind. Near the end of the game, LeBron James goes up for a layup. He thinks he's fouled, no foul was called, and he literally spent over a minute jumping around, flailing, complaining on the court in front of thousands of people and then probably millions watching the game. How about just make another shot earlier in the game? How about getting an additional rebound? I can't think of any other job where you get paid that much and it's still completely fine for you to jump around and complain about your boss. Moral of the story is don't get distracted on things outside of your control. Don't get overly caught up in everything being fair. It's not going to be. Just show up consistently, execute to the best of your ability, and keep moving forward. Okay, so last one here is build a dream team. Successes are rarely the result of one person. Think of the best basketball player in the world, Michael Jordan, and he didn't really have the ultimate success in the championship until a dream team was built around him with everybody kind of executing in their specific roles. The business translation here is build a dream team around you. You might have to start small and that's completely okay, but delegate tasks and have your first employees own those tasks. Hold them accountable to that. And they're actually gonna find more reward when they own those tasks, they learn about it, they master it. And then when their contributions are successful, they have more ownership of that success. So stop thinking that your ideas and your viewpoint are the only ones that matter. Make sure that you're opening up discussions and ideas for people to bring those thoughts to the table and make sure they know that they're valued. And don't just bring people in that think exactly like you. Me playing basketball in college, one of the #1 takeaways I have is being able to work together with a diverse group of people from all different backgrounds coming together as one, lifting each other up and learning from each other. So make sure that when you are hiring people, whether part-time, full-time, contractors, whatever, is that they're going to bring a unique viewpoint and let them know that that's welcome, that you don't just want a yes person to come in, but you want somebody to come in who's going to be able to question things, challenge things, and bring unique ideas to the table, because that's really what's going to contribute to more success overall, rather than building something off of just one person's brain. Hope you enjoyed these lessons that sports taught me that translated into business success. Let me know what your favorite sport is in the comments, what your favorite tip was, and anything that I missed, leave it in the comments. See you next time.